In continuation of our series on the Cup of Cameroon, which we had explained that the format for this competition from 1963 to 1968 pitted the champion of former West Cameroon and the champion of former East Cameroon to get a winner of the trophy. In 1966, Cambank Football Club of Buea represented West Cameroon in that competition. The team played against Lion of Yaounde, and Lion of Yaounde emerged victorious. In 1967, PWD of Bamenda represented West Cameroon. The team played against Canon of Yaounde, standing in for East Cameroon. Canon of Yaounde lifted the trophy, but the goalkeeper of PWD Bamenda was very outstanding in that encounter. For the encounter, Cambank versus Lion of Yaounde, Dennis Lafon will be our narrator. And for the match, PWD Bamenda versus Canon of Yaounde, Tanga Martin, goalkeeper of PWD Bamenda, will tell the story.
So we got to Yaounde early morning of the day of the match, and we decided to be out of touch of anybody, in Yaounde, and we camped at the Botanic Gardens at Nkolbison. We stayed there the early morning, had a snack, had a little rest on mats in the gardens and so on, prepared ourselves, then we brushed our boots. The coaches and all the advisors were there telling us of all the tactics we had to implement on the field, and we enjoyed ourselves. They took the fresh air, relaxed, and then dressed there, and then entered our buses, and then straight onto the pitch. We were singing our songs, we were clapping, and we kept the morale high. And I can tell you that we were so motivated to go and play in Yaounde, the Cup finals of Cameroon, that our morale was such that we were sure that we were going to win. Our only fear was that because we came from West Cameroon and we were the minority and we were coming probably, as they had already described us, as underdogs, some small pacha may happen, and if we had to lead, they may just say some small trick here and there, and then, but the match went on very well, and we had a good game. At halftime, I bet you, the stadium was for Cameroon Bank because our performance was good.
The kickoff, before we get to the halftime, we'll kick off. The head of state was there. Is he the one who did the kickoff for the match?
The head of state didn't take the kickoff. It was the inspector, federal inspector of youth and sports, J. Singo. He is the person who came to take the kickoff. Oh, the match was good because we had practiced what we called at that time demarcage, which now we call it demarcage. But now I know in French it's demarcage. That's systematic passes. You call for the ball, you take position to get the ball through. And we were very certain, and Lion was really surprised when we settled to play. And we played with a lot of confidence, and it was interesting because we enjoyed the match. And we knew we were at our peak, and we had to prove our worth. And I think we did that.
So how did the match go up to full time?
Well, at halftime, the scores were still 0-0. Then at on resumption, we played a 1-1. Lion scored first, then we equalized, then we played till the final whistle, and there were no scores, or no more scores. So we came on to extra time, played the extra time, and then went on to penalties. And Lion beat us on penalty. I think it was 5-4, something like that.
And when this match came to an end, you were beaten on penalties. You were not going home with the cup. How did you feel?
The crowd applauded Cameroon Bank. We came out of the field like heroes because the crowd on that stadium, on that reunification stadium, never ever imagined that they would see any football match played by West Cameroonians like that. And the head of state didn't greet us. It was Mr. Ngok Steele, who did the final formalities, and we greeted him and went out of the stadium with our heads very high. Our administration took us to one of the popular spots in Mokolo, Chantil Bar, and we ate well and kept us there. That's when we slept in Yaounde. So they had a good night. We had a good night out. We drank and danced in the bar because all the Anglophones followed us there. And there was, Mokolo was an Anglophone center that night. So we enjoyed ourselves, and the next morning we traveled back. And the reception in West Cameroon was as spectacular as we would have expected.
The Challenge Cup final in 1967 was very spectacular. It pitted PWD Bamenda against Canon Yaounde. Canon won the trophy in tears, defeating PWD Bamenda 1-0. Enigmatic goalkeeper of PWD Bamenda, Tanga Martin, he foiled all moves by Canon except for the one that got the goal for Canon Yaounde. Chebo Jean-Marie was also a member of this team. However, Tanga came out man of the match. He tells the story of that encounter.
During the first half, with all Canon could do, they could not meet up. During the first half, I foiled all their moves.
Diving
left to right, down to up to down. At halftime, people just surrounded me. That is to see if really is that short man who is doing all what they are seeing on the field. So when they came, my team manager, late Mr. Douala, couldn't allow them. And I told him, don't allow them come nearer to me. So 3 policemen were sent, and they put away the people from me.
So when you went into the second half?
The second half, just the same thing. Corner kicks. They had a free kick, which Major took. In fact, even my own players, Chebo, came and embraced me when I was still holding the ball. It would have cost another, keeping the ball for too long. So I dodged him. I played the ball. Before he grabbed me, we fell down. The ball was already in play because he was happy.
So how did the match end?
Finally, from an offside, because it was getting to the end. We were almost getting to the end when a ball from Manga Ongene to Major. Major came in from my left side. He was the outside right player. Came, crossed the ball. I punched it back. So him again, Major, was just the last man to me. So he kicked the ball and he entered. When we called for offside, even the linesman took up his flag and brought it down very fast. The referee was very. I think he wanted that the match should end. But truly speaking, it was an offside. Even when that very match was projected in our cinema hall,
Cameroon
Actualité, everybody saw it. But you couldn't do anything. You couldn't go for any protest. The cup went to Canon, but with me, I saw that I did all I could, and we really played that match. People could not believe themselves. They were even wondering where we came from, because with our own type of jerseys, we were with some small something like t-shirts. You see, when they were well dressed, we were also well dressed, but the jersey was not all that bright.
So after this match, did you people have any reception?
Yes, we had a reception at the presidency.